Hi, I'm Shelly and welcome to On the Beat, a show dedicated to profiling local artists in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. Today we're going to profile Mark, aka Clyde Jones, a local artist that is here in Fairfax, Virginia. He's performed at venues such as Icons, Fat Tuesdays, and Empire. And basically today we're going to talk about his transition into the local music scene, the message he wants to give his listeners, and what advice he has to people who want to break into the music industry. Well, first of all, thank you, Mark, for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's my pleasure.
All right. The first question that I have for you is, you have this persona, Clyde Jones. So, who is Clyde Jones, and what is his musical influences?
Well, I got the name Clyde from my dad. He used to always call me Clyde when I was a little kid. I was really clumsy, and I was always breaking stuff. And he always say, "Well, there go Clyde," So the name just kind of stuck. And when it comes to like my music, I'm just trying to make good, honest music.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make something that I'll like and in return other people will like. And
so, like, who was your musical inspiration?
I got a lot of inspirations. Of course, like, the classics, Biggie, Pac, Jay-Z, Nas. But like, I feel inspiration doesn't have to be so nostalgic. There's a lot of new people in the game right now who I'm really feeling and like inspire me as I hear their music. J. Cole, Kanye, Lupe, a lot of new people. Childish Gambino, I'm really feeling his stuff right now. So it's like I get inspiration everywhere from all types of music, not just hip hop.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess my next question is, what was that deciding moment? Because I know right now you're an assistant project manager. So, like, what made you want to say, you know what, I'm going to go out and, start rapping locally? What made you want to do that?
It was a build-up. It wasn't just like one moment. I remember being in like middle school, just writing stuff. Never thought anything about it, just writing all through high school. And my current roommate, he used to hit me up. He said, "Yeah, man, I went to a studio, I recorded something, and he let me hear it. It was pretty dope." So I went with him, and I put something together, and he and I actually did a track together, and we called it HMD 703. And it was HMD was going to be like our rap group name, but we made a little track, and like people they really liked it. They thought it was pretty dope, and I was like, really, people are feeling this. Maybe there's something to this, and I just kind of kept at it, and one day, just keep going. I kept going to the studio, so then one day I was like, man, I could really do this, and I really like it. So, it was more of a build up.
Cool. So, like, I know you said like you did your 703, HMD 703. Track with your roommate, and you got a lot of good response to it. But when you decided, okay, I'm gonna really pursue this, what was the criticism that you got? I'm sure someone was like, why would you do it?
My parents, they was like, don't quit your day job. Like they said, follow your dreams, but because I mean, I guess not everyone comes up to their parents like, yo, I'm trying to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? But they were real supportive. Criticism. I got a lot of criticism from myself more than I've experienced from other people because I'm really hard on myself.
I understand, I am too.
Yeah, like nothing's ever good enough. I always got to go and do that track again or do that take again. And I'm getting better at it, but for real, most of my criticism that I've experienced so far, it's been constructive, but I'm hardest on myself.
Yeah, I think all of us has this tendency to like beat each other up, so I can understand that. So you decided you wanted to be, this local artist, and then you actually decided you wanted to go into perform, because like I said, like you performed at like Empire, Fat Tuesdays, and Icons. Like your first performance experience, how was it? What was it like?
I was actually asked by a local artist, Trace, part of Santex, if I could open for him at Fat Tuesdays, which is a local bar up in Fairfax. And I was gun-ho for it, because that was what I was waiting for. I've had all these tracks I've been trying to write and music I've been writing. I just need to get it out there and get my message heard. And honestly, like, I've always been comfortable in front of people and performing. I was a class clown up in school, so I was always in front of people, just doing things and just being myself and having a good time. So I always have a good time with my music. So when I performed, it was just being out there having a good time in front of other people, you know, showing what I'm about and what I have to offer. And
So there
it
was
was a
no
blast.
nerves, no hesitation.
Honestly,
Like,
there was right before I got on stage, there was like a quick little blip of like, dang, this is about to go down. But really, like, nah, I wasn't that nervous. I was more excited than anything.
I guess that's a good way to look at it, because I know if it was me going up there, I'd be like, oh, you know.
I mean, yeah, but I was so ready. I was so prepared. I was waiting for that moment to like just show what I got, you know.
So when you were performing, there were other like local acts that you were performing with. So like when you perform at these venues, like what do you think about the local artists that are around?
The DMV, like, well, I was gonna say music, but rap scene, it's an interesting one because there's so many like people from walks of life around here, so many different people, and you get such a different sound from everybody. Like I've opened for people who are almost a complete different, I guess you would say, subgenre than I am, but it's still dope music. You know, it's just you could get someone with kind of like that southern sound, and then get someone with a more lyrical, you know, flow type of style, and you get it all here. It's pretty dope.
So I guess like local artist wise, like have you seen anyone other besides like the rap scene? Have you seen any of the rock scene out here or?
Yeah, actually, I got a part-time job. I event coordinate for this company called Guerrilla Music, and so I event coordinate and host these Battle of the Band rock shows they do. So I get to see a lot of the local rock scene too, and it's pretty good. There's a lot of talent out there, and they got like the heavy metal guys, the more alternative. And this area is great when it comes to music, and the pool of people out there, and the different genres. It's a good scene.
So would you be willing to collaborate, like do like a rap, rock type
Definitely,
thing?
definitely. I always told myself, I'm not trying to be a good rapper. I want to be a good artist. I want to just make awesome music. And if it happens to be rapping or whatever, I just want to make dope music that people are going to like.
All right. Since you want to make music that people like what is your like primary message like you want to get out to people? Like, you know, what do you want to inspire people? Do you want to, you know, like help them with their problems or relate to them? Like, what is your message?
I guess relate. I think especially with rap, when I was younger, it almost seemed like you had to be a certain type of individual or person to be a rapper. But I think as time goes on and we just see with with different types of music, everyone has a voice, everyone has a message, and everyone can relate to someone else. And I just want to relate to people, and I just want to be real. I just want to make honest music because I think people respect that, and they like music that really comes, you know, from honesty. You can relate to it because it's real, and you can relate to something even if you haven't experienced it. But if you really hear the honesty in the music, you can get a vibe for what they're talking about.
So when you're talking about like honest music, do you think like in rap music today, or even here in the local scene, do you feel like sometimes the rappers are, you know, kind of, I guess I would say perpetrating, like they're, you know, they're being someone who they're not, you know?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, hopefully people, you know, they're comfortable in what they do in their music. I don't want to say perpetrating, but I think there might be a certain image that some people are trying to meet with any type of music. And that's, you know, in the local scene, I don't think that's like that here in the local scene. I think a lot of rappers are really coming, you know, from the inside. They're really being real, and this is what you see. What you see is what you get.
All right. So, yeah. Okay, and I guess I would say to anyone who wants to, you know, like want to break into the business and want to become like a rapper, you know, what advice would you like to give them?
One, you know, it might sound, you know, pretty cliche. You know, follow your dream. You know, do what you got to do and keep grinding. But also, you got to look at it. It's a lot of work. Like that's the one thing I noticed when I started getting into this. It's a lot of work and time, and it's not easy. Doesn't mean it's not fun and I don't enjoy it. But like the Olympics are going on, and those athletes, they love what they do, but they dedicated themselves to the sport or the event that they're competing in, and they treated it like a 9 to 5. And I noticed that with some people trying to get into the music world, they think it's going to be a real easy transition, and just because they're talented, it's just going to be right there for them. But it is a lot of hard work. So be ready and willing to work and grind. How about even with like the business side of it? Like, any advice for like people trying to like understand the business side of making music? I'm just kind of getting into the business side, but even with that, treat it like a job. Treat it seriously. It's not a joke. There's people, their careers are music and bands and, sound, and that's their 9 to 5, so you should respect that. You're coming into their world, so you should respect that they're real serious about this, and be on time. I would say that too. Be on time and try to make yourself be taken seriously. Okay, well, for the people and the viewers that are out there, if they want to get a sample of your music, where can they go? You can find some of my music on, I got a Facebook page, Facebook/Clyde Jones 703 MC. You can find me on YouTube. I got a couple of videos on there, Clyde Jones TV. I'm working on a Reverb Nation page right now, and I'm working on EP, so I'll hopefully get it out there, and hopefully there'll be a lot of more music coming in the future. So when is the possible date the EP will be out? Man, there's a lot of factors involved, just recording, scheduling, but I'm hoping by this winter I'll have something out, something legit for the people out there. All right, well, thank you, Mark. No problem. For giving an awesome interview. Right after the break, we'll actually get a live performance from Mr. Clyde Jones, so stay tuned.
Yeah, shout out to AIM, Clyde Jones, check it. And too much to give, son, who was your father? Measure my shortcomings, let me go further. And I know further, why I plead the fifth. I'm scratching out haters' names like they don't even exist. Whose game is this? I'm trying to pay homage, blowing dust I rap like a Nintendo cartridge. I just started, but now you going nowhere. Light, no trespassing, you don't wanna go there. I keep living in my crate, I keep digging. I'm living these rappers, stupid dirt and Ralph Wiggum. Like me felt English, that impossible. Cruise like Tom, all my missions is possible. I'm unstoppable. I broke this game again, ahead of my time, 88 in a DeLorean. Where does the story end? Only eyes knows. And if you cannot find me, well, head up my iPhone. And if I home, we have a conversation. If I'm not dial tone is all you getting. I keep spitting, my words flow tight, leaking on my pad like there's a hole in my windpipe. And when the wind's right, you know we gonna fly. I'm so high like Luke, I'm walking on the sky. And don't ask why, I got that good sight, cause like Heath Ledger, you die fighting those dark nights. I'm a little kid, let go of my Legos. You eating off my plate, dog, let go of my egos. And that's the way it goes. Sorry if you don't like it, here's 2 options, bitch. You can kiss my ass or bite it. And don't recite it, just let it ponder. Fuck with me again and you'll be sleeping in some pond dirt. Oh, that hurt? Well, let me try again. I said they watch you burn like a fireman. Like Carl Winslow, my shit's getting fatter, but no matter how big it gets, family matters. Peace.
All right, we'd like to thank everybody for watching this show, and we'll see you next time on The Beat. Thank you, Mark Jones, for coming.
No problem.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you.